the revision, students. So between, I will be asking some questions where you have to answer orally. Okay, you have to raise your hands and you have to answer the questions. Yes. In between some of the questions, you can write in the chat box the answers. Okay. So everyone has to participate in this revision session. Okay. Okay. So how your questions will be? Your questions will be in the form of multiple choice. What do you mean by multiple choice questions, students? Can anybody tell me how it will be multiple choice questions? What is mean by multiple choice questions? MCQ. Very good, Ria. MCQ. It is also called MCQ. Yes, Tirth. Very good, Purva. One question will be given and 4 answers will be given. Okay. 2 or more answers may be given. You have to select the right answer. Okay. Which is the correct answer, that you choose it. That is called as multiple choice question. So multiple means what? More than one. Okay. 4 answers will be given. In that, either one answer from that will be correct answer. You have to select. Yes. So your knowledge will be tested here. Which is the right answer you have to choose. If those students who are reading the textbook, who are learning daily, regularly, they will surely, it will be easy for them to choose the right answer. Yes or no, students? Yes. I know all are reading books. All are reading the notes. And you all will be answering it. Yes. Okay. So the first point is that read your science textbook and notes. Your science textbook, whatever lessons I covered, you got a portion yesterday, yes or no? So in science 1, how many lessons are going to come? Tell me. How many of you have seen the portion in the Magic App? Yes, 3 lessons. Very good, Vedant. 3 chapters are going to come. What are they? Chapter number 1, 2, and 3. Yes, very good. That is, what are the names of the chapter? I hope you all know. Laws of motion, work and energy, and current electricity. Okay. So these 3 lessons are there, from which the questions are going to come. And how many marks the exam will be, students? Let me know from you. Some are asking in to me. So first you all tell me how many marks it will be. Very good, Siddhant. 10 marks. Yes, Shridhi, 10 marks each. Okay. So science 1 for 10 mark and science 2 for 10 mark. That way. Okay. So every subject 10 marks each. Okay. Now, you had to read your science textbook. You had to read your notes. If any other reference books you're having, read that also. Okay. Everything, even date of the exams that you will get it. Don't worry. Though, yeah, I think it is given also. Yes or no? Yes, Nihal. See in the SM Magic app. Everything is provided to you. Read it. You will get to know what is a portion, what is a exam date, etc., etc. Some instructions are also provided. Read it properly. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now listen. Fill in the blanks. Okay. Fill in the blanks. You all know what is fill in the blanks. Yes. One fill up from the chapter, 1 or 2 fill ups, 1 or 2 true or false may be given to you. Odd man out may be given to you. One word answers there. Okay. In science, many one word answers are there. Name the following is there. Formulas are there in science 1. Units are there. Yes. Definitions are there. Laws are there. Scientific laws are there. Everything you have to go through it. Correlate the following. Match the following. Identify the given diagram or figure. A diagram will be given. You have to identify which diagram it is. Okay. What is the name of the diagram? Okay. From which, yes. Yes, students. Okay. So now all these types of objective type questions, you have to go through it. Now for relearning all these objectives, okay, you have to read the whole textbook, whole notes, even the brief you have to read it. Okay. Only objectives will come. That doesn't mean you will not read the answers, big answers, short notes, question answers, which are there for you in the notes. So within the notes only, we are going to give you some questions. Yes. What is the knowledge of the student that will be tested here? Okay. So how you are going to attempt your fill in the blanks. Some of the fill-ups may be picked up within the answer, big answers. So read all the question answers, all the definitions, all the laws, scientific laws. Okay, all the formulas you should know it, all the units you should know it. Everything which is there for the science. In short, you have to study everything. Yes. Yes, what is mean by correlate the following? Vedant, I will be explaining you. Correlate the following means what? You have to find the relation between the words. Okay. For example, if I'm telling you force Newton. Okay, force Newton. Then work dash. What will be the answer, students? Force Newton, work dash. Who will give the answer in the chat box? Force Newton, work dash. Joule, very good, Mitali. Very good, very good. So, Joule, force is measured in Newton. Work is measured in what? Joules. That is called correlate the following. I hope Vedant, you understood what is meant by correlate the following. Yes? Okay, fine. Okay, similar, this type of questions can come. Yes? So, you should be able to answer it. That is your knowledge, how much knowledge you're having about the subject. Yes? What are the formulas? What are the units? Yes, that is called as objective type questions. Okay, but today we are going to do the revision in each lesson wise, question wise. We are going to do the revision so that you will revise, remember all the concepts again and again. Okay, so it will be surely helpful for you. So let us move to the next slide where I have given some practice questions which we are going to solve it one after the other. Okay. So first question is define motion from chapter number 1, laws of motion. Let me see how many of you know the answer for this question. Raise your hand, students, those who know the answer. Define motion. Okay, yes, many students have raised the hand. Okay, I'm going to select one student who will give the answer to this question. Very easy question. Define motion. Okay, Rajesh, 9th A. I have unmuted you, Rajesh.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Yes,
The-
Rajesh, give the answer.
The motion is a work done by person is called motion. We see the motion of several objects every day. Sometimes we cannot see the motion of an object directly, as in case of breeze. Can you list other example of motion? The other example of motion are the flying of bird. Shabas.
Okay, Rajesh, you have said the answer, but to the point, if how you will answer it? Yes, I told you to define motion. Yes. Okay,
Yes.
Rajesh, you can mute yourself. Let me see any other student will answer. Your answer was okay, but not perfect. Okay. If when I'm asking you what is motion or define motion, you have to be specific. What is motion? Okay. You are giving examples also there. Okay, let me ask Janvi from 9th A. I have unmuted you, Janvi.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah, good afternoon, Janvi. You can start your answer.
The change of position of an object from one place to other with respect to an observer is called motion.
Very good, Janvi. You are right. So, student Rajesh, okay, you have to say the answer in this way. Okay, a body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surrounding and at rest. Otherwise, okay. So, whenever any body is changing its position from one place to another, what we call that process as motion. Janvi, you can mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope everyone understood. Who is going to repeat the same answer once again? Okay, Ruchi is there from 9th A. Ruchi, I have unmuted you.
Yes, teacher. Can I tell?
Yes.
Motion of any object from one position to another position with respect to the observer is called as a motion.
Very good, Ruchi. You can mute yourself.
Okay, teacher.
So students, I hope everyone understood. 2 students answered me very well. Okay, define motion. So be specific, whatever the question is, read the question properly and then you have to say the answer. Don't read the entire paragraph of your textbook. Okay. If I'm asking you what is motion of an object or define motion, what you are going to say? Motion is nothing but a body is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to its surrounding. Yes, then you can even give examples here. Can you give 1 or 2 examples here? Yes, I will ask Shubham. I have unmuted Shubham from 9th B. Shubham, you are not audible. Okay, Rafat Sheikh, I have unmuted you.
Yes, teacher.
Say the
Yes.
answer.
Teacher, what is motion?
Give examples of motion.
When the car is running on the road, the car
Yes,
is in
movement of a
motion.
car. Okay.
Yes.
Second example.
The bird is flying in the sky.
Very good, very good. Okay, you can mute yourself. So a flight of a bird, okay, leaves flying through air. All these examples you can write. Any person walking on a road, that is also motion. Yes. So in this way you can give many examples here. Okay, now second question. Distinguish between distance and displacement. Distinguish between distance and displacement. Sai Fatak from 9th A, roll number 59.
Yes, teacher. Can I say the answer?
Yes, you can start.
Yes. The first point of distance is the actual path traveled by an object in motion from one point to another. Displacement, first point. Displacement is the actual distance traveled by an object from the starting point to the final point. Distance, second point. Distance is a scalar quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity.
Very good. Very good, Sai. 2 points you told that both the points were right. Only in the second point, now displacement is the shortest distance from the initial point to the final point. Okay, that way you have to say. Okay, so you can mute yourself, Sai. Ganesh Shukla, can you repeat the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Distance is the length of the actual path traveled by an object in unit time. Displacement is the minimum distance between the starting and finishing point. It is a scalar quantity. It is a vector quantity. Distance traveled is always positive. Displacement may be positive or zero.
Okay, you are correct, Ganesh. You can mute yourself. So students, you heard the answer. Both the boys said very well. Okay, how to distinguish between distance and displacement. So distance is what? It is the length of the actual path followed by a body between the points under consideration. Whereas displacement is the shortest distance from the initial point to the final point of the movement of a body. Okay, and what you can say about the direction? Distance does not have direction. So it is a scalar quantity. Displacement is having direction. That's why it is a vector quantity. Okay, so 2 points you can remember. Next question is, what is speed and velocity? State its formula and units. So I want one student who is going to speak about speed. Define speed. What is speed? Okay, what is its formula? And next student will say about velocity. So keep raising your hands. I will select the students. Those who know the answer can raise your hands. It's a revision lecture. Participate in this. Okay, Ria from 9th A, roll number 3. Yes, you can speak about speed.
Speed is related to distance and its formula is speed is equal to total distance traveled upon time required.
Okay, Ria, you're right. Speed is a distance traveled by a body in unit time. Okay, this way also you can see. Okay, you can mute yourself. Aditi Durge from 9C.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah, good afternoon. You can say the definition of velocity, formula, and its unit.
Velocity is a displacement that occurs in unit time and it is of vector quantity. Then its formula is velocity is equal to displacement upon time. And the unit of velocity and speed both are same. In CJ system, it is centimeter per second, and in SI system, the unit is meter per second.
Okay, fine. Aditi, you can mute. Okay, Shubham, repeat the answer again.
Teacher, what?
Same question. Speed and velocity. You have to say both their definitions and their formulas.
Okay. Speed is the distance covered by a body in unit time. The formula of speed is distance upon time.
Hmm.
And velocity. Velocity means the displacement that occurs in unit time is called velocity. The formula of velocity is displacement upon time.
Yes. And what are the units?
Say unit.
Units in MKS and CGS system. Just now that girl told.
Yeah, ma'am.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say that. What is the unit? Okay, Shubham, tell me. Speed is measured. You told na distance upon time. Correct.
Yeah.
Distance is measured in which unit?
Distance is measured in kilometer
Yes,
per hour.
kilometer. Yes, kilometer, and time is measured in hours. Kilometer per hour, or you can also say meter per second. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, centimeter per second in CGS.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly, velocity. How?
Yeah.
Same unit, right? For velocity also.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So unit of speed and velocity are same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mute yourself, Shubham.
Yeah.
Okay. So students, all of you understood, I hope. What is speed? What is velocity? What are the formulas for both? What are the units? Yes. Now we are moving to the next question. Question number 4. Define acceleration, say its formula and unit. Define acceleration, say its formula and unit. Okay. Shridhi, I have unmuted you.
Hello.
Say the answer, Shridhi.
The rate of change of velocity is called acceleration, and the formula of acceleration is change in velocity upon time.
Okay, very good. What is the unit?
Unit of teacher, I don't know.
Okay, fine. Let me ask some other student. If nobody is saying, I will be surely answering. Okay. Okay. Next student who is ready to answer. Okay, Avdut is here. Avdut, I have unmuted you. Of 9th A. Avdut Kamble. Yes, say the answer.
Ma'am, I also have to define acceleration.
Yes, yes.
Acceleration. The term acceleration is the rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. The formula of acceleration is A is equal to V minus U per T. And the unit of acceleration is meter per second square.
Very good, Avdut. Your answer is right. Okay, that is when we subtract final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. What we are getting? Meter per second square. Okay, velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity, what is a unit? Meter per second. And time is also measured in second. So it will become meter per second square. I hope, Shridhi, you understood what is the unit of acceleration. Okay. So unit of acceleration is meter per second square or centimeter per second square in MKS and CGS unit. Okay, well done, students. So next question, moving to the next question. Name the types of acceleration and explain it. Which are the two types of acceleration? And you have to say the answer for it. Okay, Purva from 9th A, roll number 10.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah, good afternoon, Purva. You can say the answer.
Two types of acceleration is first uniform acceleration, which is said to be if the change in the velocity is equal in equal intervals of time, the acceleration is uniform acceleration. And the second is non-uniform acceleration, which is said to be if the change in the velocity is unequal in equal intervals of a time, the acceleration is non-uniform acceleration.
Yes, you are right, Purva. So uniform and non-uniform acceleration. These are the two types of acceleration. Okay, in uniform acceleration, what we can say, the velocity changes by equal amount in equal time interval. Yes, whereas in non-uniform acceleration, velocity changes by unequal amount in equal time intervals. That is the main difference. Now there are again three types like positive acceleration, negative and zero acceleration. Yes. So who will say what is the difference between positive, negative and zero acceleration? Okay. Anup Shukla is here from 9th B, roll number 61.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah, good afternoon, Anup. You can start your answer.
Teacher, there are three types of acceleration. First is positive acceleration, second negative acceleration, and third is zero acceleration. First, a positive acceleration means the acceleration increased in a particular time, and the second is negative acceleration. Negative acceleration means the acceleration decreased in that particular time.
Is
And
the
zero
acceleration or
means
velocity increasing, Anup?
velocity.
Yes. Yes. You are saying acceleration. You have to say
Yes, teacher.
velocity. Once again,
Yes, teacher,
repeat once again.
Yes, teacher. The velocity increased in positive and the velocity decreased. And the acceleration of velocity decreased in negative, and in zero acceleration, there are no changes. The acceleration remains same.
Okay, fine, Anup. Okay, who else is going to try this question? Om Shirke from 9th A, roll number 65.
Yes, when the velocity of an object increases, the acceleration is positive acceleration. And when the acceleration is decreases, it is called negative acceleration or deceleration. When the acceleration is do not change, it's called zero acceleration.
Okay, students, be careful when you are writing the answers for this question because most of you are saying acceleration increases or decreases. Actually, what is increasing or decreasing? Velocity. Okay. So when you're saying this answer, what you have to say? When the velocity of an object increases, acceleration is positive. When the velocity of an object is decreasing, it is negative acceleration. And if there is no change in velocity, then what we can say? Zero acceleration. It's very simple. Okay. So you remember this way. Velocity increases, positive acceleration. Velocity decreases, negative acceleration. No change in velocity means what? Zero acceleration. Okay. So what is the name for negative acceleration? What is the other name for negative acceleration? Give the answers in the chat box. Yes, very good, Soumya. Deceleration. What we call it as deceleration. Okay. Okay, good students. So 2-3 students have answered me. Okay, now we are moving to the next question. Question number 5. Name the types of acceleration and explain. Sorry, question number 6. Which are the 3 equations of motion? Which are the three equations of motion? Those who know the answer can raise your hands. I will select in the participants. I should see your hands raised up. Then I will select those students. Yes, Soumya is here, unmuted.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah, good afternoon. Say the answer.
There are three equations of motion. First is that final velocity is equals to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. Second is displacement is equals to initial velocity into time plus half into acceleration into time square. And third equation is that final velocity square is equals to initial velocity square plus 2 into acceleration into displacement.
Okay, fine. Very good, Soumya. Who else knows, can say this answer? Raise your hands.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes. Ruchi, I have unmuted you from 9th A.
Yes, teacher.
Huh.
First equation describing the relation between velocity and time. Second equation describing the relation between displacement and time. Third equation describing the relation between displacement and velocity.
You have to say the equation. What is that equation is? Yes, Ruchi, say the
Ma'am,
equation.
Ma'am, I don't know that.
You don't know. Okay. See, you have to say simply V equal to U plus AT. You told a relation between velocity and time. Yes.
Okay, teacher.
So how you will say the equation form? V is the velocity. V is equal to U plus AT.
AT. Okay,
Yes.
teacher.
Which is the second equation of motion? Which shows the relation.
S is equals to UT plus 1 upon 2 AT square.
Very good. Which is the third equation?
V2 is equals to U2 plus 2AS.
Is it V2 or V square?
V square, sorry ma'am, V square.
Yes, you have to read it properly. V square equal to U square plus 2AS. Very good,
2AS.
students. So you can mute yourself.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so listen, students, very carefully. So these three equations of motions, you should remember. First one is V equal to U plus AT, which shows a relation between velocity and time. The second equation of motion is S equal to UT plus half AT square, that is showing the relation between displacement and time. And the third equation of motion is V square equal to U square plus 2AS, which shows the relation between displacement and velocity. Okay, so I hope everyone understood. Okay, one more chance I'm giving to one of the student who will say this answer properly. Who's going to repeat the same answer once again. Okay, there are 89 students in the class. I'm getting very few hands up. Actually, all should raise their hands because it's so simple question I'm asking. How much participation you are showing in the class, that I will come to know. Yes. Okay, Tirth is there from B. Tirth Alke, roll number 56. I have unmuted you, Tirth.
Hello, teacher.
Yes, hello. Say the answer.
The relationship between velocity and time, V is equal to U plus AT. The relationship between displacement and time, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. The relationship between displacement and velocity, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS.
Okay, Tirth, you are right.
Thank you,
But
teacher.
your voice was very low. Okay. So now let us begin with the next question. Question number 7. Explain the uniform circular motion. Explain the uniform circular motion. Yes. Who all can answer this question? What is meant by uniform circular motion? Harshit Shetty from 9th A, roll number 64.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, say the answer.
Okay. When an object moves with a constant speed along a circular path, the motion is called uniform circular motion.
Very good. Correct answer. Okay. So when an object is moving along a circular path with constant speed, what we call it as uniform circular motion. Correct answer. Okay, Janvi from 9th A, repeat the same answer once again.
Yes, teacher. An object moves with constant speed along a circular path. It is defined as uniform circular motion.
Okay, give an example.
Like the giant wheel.
Okay, very good. Okay, you can mute yourself. Okay, so there is another example also where you can take a stone, okay, and tie it in a string, okay, and rotate it. Yes, the motion of a stone in a sling. Or you can say even the bicycle wheel, when you are riding the bicycle, pedaling. What happens, the wheels, how the wheels rotate in a uniform circular motion. So many examples you can give over here. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Explain Newton's laws of motion. So I want 3 students who will explain one by one. First equation, first law of motion. Who is going to say the first law of motion? Raise your hands. Okay, Asta Das, 9th A, roll number 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Asta, say the first law of motion.
First law of motion is an object continue to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force act on it.
Yes, you are right, Asta. Very good. So here, what is the first law? Stating an object continues to remain at rest or in a state of motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. What it explains, which phenomena it explains, students? Write in the chat box. This law explains one phenomena of dash. What is that? Write the answer in the chat box. Very good, Aditi Durge. It is a phenomena of inertia. Okay, inertia means what? Body continues to be in a state of rest or in uniform motion unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. Okay, so it also explains about unbalanced forces. Okay. Okay, now next is Newton's second law of motion. Who is going to say that? Newton's second law of motion. Okay, Samira from 9th A, roll number 33.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, say the Newton's second law of motion.
The rate of the change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of the force.
Very good, Samira. You are right. You can mute yourself. The rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of the force. Okay, so this is a Newton's second law. Okay, who will give the formula to find the rate of change of momentum? Who will say the formula? Okay, from 9th is Sakshi Singh. I have unmuted you.
Yes, ma'am. The formula of rate of change of momentum is change in momentum upon time. Hello, ma'am.
Very good. How we will write in properly? Change in momentum, how we will show in denotation?
mv minus mu upon t. Ma'am.
Very good. Yes, yes. You're right. Yes, you can mute yourself. It is mv minus mu upon t. Okay, then m you can take out common. So m bracket v minus u upon t, that is ma. Okay, good. So now Newton's third law of motion. Who is going to say the answer for Newton's third law of motion? Raise your hands. Okay, Vedant from 9C, roll number 51.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, say the answer.
Newton's third law of motion is every action force has an equal and opposite reaction force which act simultaneously.
Very good, Vedant. Correct
Thank you.
answer. You can mute yourself. So every action force has an equal and opposite reaction force which acts simultaneously. This is a Newton's third law of motion. Okay. So all of you understood this? Yes. The force applied by first object is called which force? Give the answer in the chat box. The force applied by the first object is called dash force. From Newton's third law. Yes, very good, Aditi. Action force. What is it is called? Action force. And force applied by the second object on the first is called dash force. Very good, Vedant. Reaction force. Correct answers. Okay. So this way you can remember the answers also. Okay. So all the three laws have been told by you. Once again, who is going to say all the three laws together? Let me select one student who will say all the three laws together. Okay, Pratiksha from 9th B, roll number 14. I have unmuted you, Pratiksha.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, you can start saying.
Newton's first law of motion: an object continues to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. Newton's second law of motion: the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of the force. Newton's third law of motion: every action force has an equal and opposite reaction force which acts simultaneously.
Okay, very good, Pratiksha. Correct answers. So I hope everyone understood this, how to give the answers. Yes, according to the question. So here all the three laws have been stated by the students. Okay, 2-3 students participated. Yes. Now next is explain momentum, its formula and unit. Raise your hand, students, those are going to answer me. Mitali from 9th B, roll number 3. Mitali Dubey, I have unmuted you. Yes. Okay, Mitali, your voice is not proper. Some problem in the network, I think so. So I'm going to mute you. Any other student who can say this answer can raise your hands. Mitali can type the answer in the chat box. Okay, Rafat, I have unmuted you.
Yes, teacher.
Say the answer.
Momentum of a body is equals to mass of the body into velocity of the body. It is a vector quantity. Its SI unit is kilogram point meter per second. CGS unit is gram point centimeter per second.
Very good, Rafat, you are right.
Thank you,
So
teacher.
what is momentum, students? Yes, momentum is the product of mass and velocity. So when you will multiply mass and velocity, you are getting what? Momentum. It is a vector quantity, correct? So we have completed all the 9 questions. Yes. Okay, few more minutes are left. Let us continue this. Next question. That is, explain law of conservation of momentum. Explain law of conservation of momentum. Who will answer this question? Ashish from 9th A, roll number 54.
Yes, teacher.
when no external force acts on two interacting objects, the total momentum remains constant. It does not change. And when two objects collide, the total momentum before collision is equal to the total momentum after collision.
Okay, correct answer. You can mute
Thank you,
yourself.
teacher.
Sakshi Singh from 9th A, roll number 28. Repeat the same answer once again.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm.
The magnitude of total final momentum is equal to the magnitude of total initial momentum when no external force acts on two interacting objects. Their total momentum remains constant. It does not change. When two objects collide, the total momentum before collision is equal to the total momentum after collision.
Exactly right.
Thank you, ma'am.
The law of conservation of momentum, what it states that when two objects collide, the total momentum before collision is equal to the total momentum after collision. Okay. So remember this, students. So I hope everyone understood very well whatever I'm explaining as well as asking questions. All this I have already explained you. Yes. So all the questions which we have solved now is from chapter number 1. Now we are moving to chapter number 2. For only 2-3 minutes left, then we will be soon ending the lecture. Okay, 1:30 we will be ending the lecture, and then we will be continuing the next week. Okay. Yes, Soumya is asking some doubt. Soumya is having some doubt regarding equations of motion. Yes, Soumya? Okay, what is the use of equations of motion? Yes, students? So for what we can use the equations of motion? We can use it in many ways. Like if you want to find the displacement, if you want to find the velocity, yes, acceleration, many things can be solved from these equations. Suppose velocity and time, final velocity and time and acceleration is known to you. But what is initial velocity if you want to find out? You can use first equation of motion, that is V equal to U plus AT. Yes, Soumya? I hope you understood. Suppose if you want to find the displacement, you can use the second equation of motion. S equal to ut plus half at square. Okay. Similarly, third equation of motion, if you want to find the acceleration and you know already velocities, initial and final velocity, you can apply the third formula, v square equal to u square plus 2as. So that is the use of equations of motion. Okay. So Soumya, your doubt is cleared. I hope this will be helpful for you. Yes. Okay. So now next question is define work, state its formula and unit. Last question to you because time is going on. We have to stop the lecture very soon. Sarvesh is here. Sarvesh from 9th A, unmuted.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, say the answer.
Force applied on an object cause displacement of the object.
Okay, that is called as work. What is the formula for work?
Work equal to force multiplied by displacement.
Very good. What is the unit for calculating the work in MKS and CGS?
Ma'am, can you please repeat again?
Unit for calculating the work. What is the unit of work?
Work equal to force multiplied by displacement.
That is the formula. What is the unit I'm asking? Yes. Any other student?
Joule.
Yes.
Joule.
Very good. Joule in MKS system, and what is in CGS system?
1 ERG.
ERG. ERG. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, correct answer. You can mute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, I want Sai Fatak. Sai from standard 9th. They repeat the same answer properly. Define work.
Yes, teacher. Work is said to be done when a force applied on an object causes displacement of the object. The formula of the work is equals to force into displacement, and the unit of works is equals to joule in SI unit and 1 urge in CGS unit.
Very good, Sai. You are right. Okay, so students, I hope you all understood very well. Yes. What is work? What is the unit of work? What is the formula of work? Yes. Explain the types of work. Explain the types of work. Yes, Harshit from 9th A, unmuted. Harshit from 9th A, I have unmuted you. Say the answer, Harshit. Okay, he's not saying anything. Okay, I will give chance to Purva. Purva, I have unmuted you.
Good afternoon, teacher. Hello, teacher.
Say the answer.
There are three types of work, which is positive, negative, and zero work. Positive work is said to be done when the force and the displacement are in the same direction, which is 0 degree. So the second, negative work is said to be done when the force and the displacement are in opposite directions, which is 180 degree. And zero work is done when the applied force does not cause any displacement, or when the force and the displacement are perpendicular to each other, which is 90 degree.
Very good, Purva. You're correct. Okay, so students, so let us stop here because it's time up. Okay, so I want all of you to on your web camera for a few seconds. Then we will be ending the lecture. Okay, so all of you on your web cameras. So how was the revision lecture, students? Yes, we did chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 just started, but we will be surely doing it next week is there. Okay, so this way you should read the textbook and note down the important points, learn the answers. Okay, even though the answers are big, some answers are very big answers, read it 2-3 times, remember the main points of that answer. Okay, and prepare yourself for the MCQ questions, which is going to come MCQ exam, which is going to start from the next week, 17th. Yes, so write the timetable and keep it. Go through every subject, read once, twice, all the topics, all the subtopics of the chapter. Okay, of science 1 as well as science 2. In this way, you will be able to easily attempt all the questions. Yes. So with this, I'm going to end my lecture. Okay, I find all of you, though very less students today. Those who are not attended, they missed the revision lecture today's attendance also. They are absent today. So there are only few 88 to 90 students in the lecture. Okay, now you are having lecture also, right? So take care. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Yes. Bye all of you. I'm going to end my lecture.